So this time I want to talk about something that you people call TMI, but I call it just being human because we all do same stuff. We go through the almost same stuff. And yeah, today I want to talk about constipation. So if you don't want to hear about a person talk about taking a dump, or in this case, not being able to take a dump, then yeah, just don't watch it. So, I mean, I already talked about in the previous videos. If you want, you can watch it about like winter struggles and so on. Because I live in a village outside the city and we don't have a toilet inside our house. We have it outside our house and it's like a wooden shack where you need to be squatting to take a dump. And there's no water to flush it down. There's just a hole and you go into the wooden shack, you close the doors because you don't want anyone to see. Also, since we have sometimes cold winters, you would freeze your bum if we didn't have like a wooden shack, or if we just had like a hole. So yeah, so that's the type of toilet we have. And the struggles that come with it, especially when you're a child. um I used to be afraid of the dark a lot, and I don't know why, even though I used to wake up to school like, was it before 7 o'clock? Yes, it was before 7 o'clock. Like, I used to want to take a dump like in the evening. I'm talking like 10 p.m., 11 p.m., sometimes even 12 p.m., literally midnight. Because I found like school stressful, so I never took a dump in school because I never wanted to take one in there because I was just too stressed. So I guess when I went home and partially de-stressed, then I wanted to take a dump. But in summer everything is okay because like in the summertime the sun sets like really late. Even 11 p.m. is like kind of bright. But when the winter time comes and the sun sets around 5 p.m., and if there's no moon or snow, then it's really dark. And since I was afraid of the dark, like going to a toilet at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and knowing that there are wild animals that tend to be around at that time already, like around our house, because we do have apple trees and so on, and we just can't physically like gather all the apples, so some of them stay even throughout winter time and wild animals come to eat it. And I was like afraid of the dark, but I was also afraid of what might be in the dark. And I was like a child, so I wanted to take a dump at 11 p.m., but it was winter time, it was dark, and I know there might be wild animals, and there are, because when I walk outside the doors and I shine with my flashlight, there's just multiple, like a whole band of like deers just staring right at me because I'm like shining upon them with the flashlight and their eyes just shining back at me like multiple eyes, and I'm like, nah bro, nah bro, they're literally just right there. I don't know if they're stupid or blind because I remember even during the daytime they tend to come over. I remember I went to the deer so close and bro just didn't see me. Because when he was not looking, I was slowly walking towards him. And when he would look up at me, I would just freeze. And then he would be like, oh, I don't see anything. And then he would just proceed to eat. And I would walk up. And I walked like really close. And I was like, I'm not going closer because I know those hoes can fight. So I just walked up. Like there were like 2 or 3 meters left from the deer and me. And I just started flailing my hands around and like shouting, and bro was just staring at me for a whole minute. Then he figured out, oh my god, that's a person, and started running. Like, I don't know, bro. Was I walking in their blind spot? I don't know. But anyway, that's not the case of this video. Yeah, so it was 11 p.m. winter time. It's dark. There are animals around, and the toilet is not near the house. You need to like walk how much meters? Maybe not 50, but like around 25 meters away from the house. So when I had enough courage, I would just run to the toilet. But then I was sometimes just too scared to go to the toilet, and I would ask my family members to just stand outside. But I would always take too long at the toilet because, like, I had constipation, so they wouldn't wait for me and go inside, and I would be like, I can't come back because there's no people outside. Like, I'm scared, bruh. So sometimes I would wait for the cars to pass out by our house, and then I would run at that moment because, like, the thought of a car and people being near me was like, I don't know how to say, better than just not having anyone. So sometimes I loved when our cat would, like, how to say, go with me to the toilet. I wouldn't bring a cat, but like sometimes I would bring a cat even into the toilet because I was too scared to go alone. But sometimes the cat would come with me, so I was like, oh my god, I'm so thankful. And in the past we used to have a dog, so I was less scared of going to the toilet at nighttime. But then we don't have a dog for years already now, and yeah, and there's reports of so many wolves already encroaching into human territory because like so many dogs in our neighborhood had just been eaten by wolves. Can you imagine? They just come up at a house, and since people keep dogs like outside on a leash, the dogs just get eaten. Not like fully eaten, but they would just be carried away actually. Because some neighbors used to like let out like small dogs run around during daytime for a little bit. And even during daytime, bro was taken by a wolf and was never found. Like the neighbor looked through everywhere. Bro wasn't scared of the thought that there might be wolves around. But there was no sign, nothing, not even fur of a dog. Bro was just cleanly gone. Can you imagine? So like this is scary, but also we're getting like bears, reports of bears. So like I'm scared, bro. I'm scared to go to the toilet, and this is one of the reasons why I believe I just, how to say, I became constipated constantly because I wanted to go to the toilet to take a dump, but I wouldn't go because I was scared. And that was like the dumbest decision I have ever made in my life. Because that's the point of this video. Like, I want you to know that if you want to take a dump, go take that dump because you might ruin your body. Like, I have so many problems now because I was too scared to go to the toilet to take a dump as a child. And I was already having constipation. And then on top of that, I wouldn't go to the toilet when I wanted to go. So to this day, I have problems with taking a dump in so many ways. For example, I sometimes might want to take a dump now, right? But I physically cannot. There is this urge for me to take a dump, but then I go to the toilet and just, you can try however much you want. I even have this like condition now when I'm trying to take a dump, like I get a nosebleed because like the capillaries, the blood vessels, the tiny blood vessels in your nose, they explode from me trying so hard in the toilet to take a dump. So that's like one of the bad things that like went from my constipation. Um, Another instances is when sometimes you can't take a dump so much that the worst case I've ever had yet is when I didn't take a dump for 2 whole weeks. And I always count how many days I didn't take a dump, and it was so bad that you couldn't sit straight because there was constantly you felt like shit in your ass, but you couldn't take a dump because it was already 2 weeks. Like, how are you going to take a dump when there's like so much in there? So I remember we tried to go to like pharmacy, but the pharmacies were closed because we didn't have any like, how to say, diarrhea inducing medication. We even went to neighbors because we know of a neighbor that constantly has constipation, and she ran out of all the medication. And I was like, if I'm not gonna do anything about this, I'm gonna actually disappear from this earth. But maybe I will continue this in another video because I'm afraid my video might be cut short, so I will do another video like part 2. I know it's annoying, but yeah. See you next time.